All right, Evan, welcome back for another episode of Carnivore Trade. Today is Friday, November 26, 2021. So how about this for a holiday beatdown? Talks of a new variant coming out of South Africa. Um, we're not going to get too political with it. Point is, the market is freaked out right now. This does feel a little coordinated to me. Uh, it's a little strange how quickly the news is kind of breaking, how quickly everybody's reacting to it. So this does feel a little coordinated, it does feel strange, but let's talk about the technicals here. So IWM taking the biggest hit here. Russell 2000 was down over 5.5% overnight. If we look at the RTY futures, look at how much of a decline this had overnight, but getting a decent bounce here. I think if this area holds, if this trend line actually ends up holding, this could actually be an epic fake out here. And we'll get into yields a little bit later, but as you can see, yields are pulling back, obviously down 8%, but still kind of holding the upper range of this, of the 52-week range, really, at least at the moment. But we'll talk about yields in a little bit. But Russell 2000, I want to pay attention to this because if this loses this trend line, you'll have some support at this trend line here. But if it can't hold that, it's going right back to 197. If we look on the monthly, what you can see happen is it just wasn't ready to break out yet. So we got all the way up to 245, and we just got too extended from that 20 moving average on the monthly again. So this may need to come back in a little bit if it's going to move higher. But ultimately, I do like this area here, but who knows what's going on over the weekend. We could gap down Monday morning for all we know. But let's take a look at the spiders here. So spiders down 2.5, diamonds down 275, and the Q's holding up obviously with bonds being bid here. And if there is new variants, that is bullish for kind of like the stay-at-home stocks and so on and so forth. Zoom actually up reasonably today. Peloton up 5%. This one's been really beaten down, so some of these stay-at-home plays getting a little bit of a bid here. Let's take a look at Roku. This one's up 1.5. So the Q is actually getting a little bit of bid here, but ultimately, I'm just going to revert back to this pattern I keep showing you guys here on the MACD, and it is starting to turn down now. And until this pattern proves me wrong, I'm going to stick with it. So I did call the top in the Qs last week. I said that we probably would top out in the Nasdaq, and we might reach this 370 area by the end of the year. I'm sticking to that. Now, I didn't think this was going to be the catalyst for it, but I don't always know what the catalyst is going to be. I'm just going off the technicals. And obviously what's going on right now with the health situation can be more bullish for tech, or at least less bearish. But regardless, if the market does freak out, everything's going to sell off. Even if tech does hold up better, it's still going to sell off if everything else is. Well, also we're seeing, flip back over to the daily here. So we're seeing a broad-based decline. So JP Morgan down 3%. The XLF, it's financials, it's XLE. Surprisingly, Exxon and Chevron are holding up okay, but that is probably because of their dividend paying. We're seeing Pfizer up today, Verizon gap down, and then is going to close positive for the day. Unilever, these kind of safety plays. Moderna's up obviously 20% there. So these safety kind of plays are being bid a little bit here, but this is a broad-based decline. It's pretty much throughout the whole market. The real big beat down today is in crude, 12% down. As of right now, it was down a little bit lower than that. Got all the way down to the 67.40 handle. So crude getting the biggest beat down here, and I guess that's one way for the president to get the price of oil down, even if he didn't intend for that. But yeah, crude taking a huge. That's a big move for crude oil, down 12% here. Gold was hitting this trend line, did bounce off that, faded all the gains back. Silver down pretty nicely too. Platinum down as well. And then take a look at palladium here. This one is making 52-week lows, so palladium is really getting hammered right into that 200-week moving average there for palladium. But pretty much a broad-based decline. Let's take a look at the VIX. So this was the biggest gap up. I think I tweeted this out last night, but this was the biggest gap up on the VIX, I think, since 1998. We had like a 46% gap in October of 1998, and today we had about 42.5% from Wednesday's close to today's open. So humongous move in the VIX, almost 50% just on the open, and it is up 44% right now as we get closer to the close. Remember, markets do close in 2 minutes. It is 1 o'clock and it is a holiday. Market's getting a little bit of a bounce after they flushed there. But as far as the VIX is concerned, I don't know if this is the big one. If this 29 handle holds, the markets can actually get a bid. Believe it or not, if they break this 29 handle and we get through that, then the market is in serious trouble, and we probably go into a major correction. And I don't mean a little 5% little mini dip that people think is a correction. I mean like 20% or more. But if that 29 area on the VIX holds, this market can hold up. So just bear that in mind. We are getting good volume today too. Normally this is one of the lightest trading volume days of the year. A, because it's a shortened day. It's only 9:30 to 1 instead of 9:30 to 4. But B, it's just a holiday and nobody's usually at the office. So we're going to do 100 million shares on the spider, and it's a shortened trading day. That is truly rare. That will happen once or twice in a lifetime. So crazy, crazy stuff here happening in the markets. But ultimately, I think the big thing for the market right now is this level here on the Russell. If this trend line can hold, and if that VIX 29 handle holds, I think this market can remain buoyant. But in any case, we'll do some more work over the weekend. We'll try to get the weekend video out for you later today. And you guys take care and have a great rest of your holiday.